And a look behind the curtain here. Final preparations for the challenge ahead. Hoping to come out of the gates strong. And you've got it on 2K Sports for Wednesday night action. Well, Clark, we've got lots of games left, but it's already been a very interesting season so far.
Yeah, no doubt about that, Kevin. I've especially enjoyed seeing the rookies get settled in. I mean, that's always something that I kind of prioritize in my observations. Just watching how these guys adjust to the pro game is always pretty fascinating to me.
And a look at the starters for the Hornets. The wingmen are Sexton and Miller. Then there's LaMelo Ball. Then it's Williams. Now, here's Anunoby. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Out of bounds, Knicks ball as New York keeps possession of it. Hart outside. Lock at 6. Oh, good on the triple. And so Miller will bring it up for the Charlotte Hornets. They are a hot team right now. 7 consecutive wins and looking for number 8 tonight.
Just playing really solid basketball right now. They're trusting each other more out there and attacking as a group. They're a fist, not individual fingers, which has made them tough to beat.
They are 0 for the game thus far. 0 of 4 here, still looking for their first make.
Got a decent look at it, but sometimes the shot just doesn't go down.
Over the last 2 decades, Kemba Walker has been one of the few bright spots, Clark, for Charlotte basketball.
Yeah, you look back at his time there, he led the Hornets to their last 2 playoff appearances, Kevin. He retired as their all-time leading scorer, and now they're thrilled to have Kemba Walker back as a player enhancement coach.
McBride passes to Robinson. Down low. And Robinson throws it down hard.
Robinson doing the dirty work. He's known for that. Sets the screen, finds a soft spot, and gets himself rewarded.
Here's Williams. It's good. The assist that time from Ball. New York comes into this one following a loss to the Celtics. Bridges drives in. Lays it up off the glass.
When he first came into the league now, Mikal Bridges was not taking anybody off the bounce. Now he is.
From the wing, and he hits the jumper for 2.
He's just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
And so Mike Brown calls a timeout. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. Yabusele, he's checked in for New York. Jordan Clarkson comes in for Miles McBride. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Robinson kicks to Yabusele. Anunoby passes to Clarkson. And he misses his first shot of the game.
Well, he's a really good shooter. Got a good look from medium range, and I think they'll go back to that.
And Salon gets it to go.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
You're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
On the wing, Bridges. His numbers are looking pretty good. He's got his scoring average up around 18.5 points a game.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with the pass.
And we reach the end of the first quarter. Hornets lead by 4. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And when you consider how Charlotte is doing, guys, what do you think?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
They've got them rattled. It's only the first quarter, and already they've made enough big plays on defense to last really an entire game.
They've got Jordan Clarkson. Landry Shamet is out there with Guerschon Yabusele. And it's Kolek in at the point. That's the 5 for New York right now. Hornets leading by 4. And now we're being joined by our 2K insider, Shams Charania, who's calling in with a good story. Shams, what do you have?
Well, guys, the Knicks look to go a little deeper down their bench this season. To that end, they signed veterans Jordan Clarkson and Gershon Yabusele. They fortified their reserves, and they hope it will bolster their roster for another deep playoff run.
With them in a good position. All right, Shams, we appreciate the report. Shots good by Miller.
Wow, 10 straight points from mid-range.
You know what I've always said, partner? Good shooting covers over a multitude of ills. And we're seeing it right now.
Right now, let's take a moment here to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Thanks a lot, Kevin. The Knicks are able to play 5 out. And Josh Hart told me they surrounded Jalen Brunson with guys who can shoot, guys that command attention. He's able to expose that, scoring the ball and being unselfish. The court is wide open. Kevin?
Tons of spacing. Allie LaForce with the report. Hey, Allie, thanks. Clarkson, Kenneth on the wing, and stolen by Miller. Up the floor, hammers it on to polish off the break.
Elevating to the top of the ladder that time. Big-time hops from Trey Mann.
And so Mike Brown calls the timeout. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. So New York ends up going with the new group. So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Pass to Robinson. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Robinson a screen on Miller. Anunoby. New York, no good that time either.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And, guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Yeah, a big part of this run here has been their ability to score from mid-range.
Here's Anunoby. Following the bucket by the Hornets. Pass to Bridges. Hart with the screen for Bridges. 6 on the shot clock. New York needs to get off a shot. They get the rebound. And so Mike Brown calls a timeout. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out.
Trying to find some answers offensively.
Yeah, and, you know, that's going to be the focus of this timeout. They need to come up with a spark to get the offense going.
Gershon Yabusele, he's checked in for Mitchell Robinson. Bridges double team. McBride's shot is up.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
And, you know, they've got to be careful because this is when the team concept breaks down and guys start playing hero ball.
Here's Anunoby. And Anunoby slams it in.
And dropping the sledgehammer there, he curbs a 10-0 run by Charlotte.
And so it's Brandon Miller making highlights for the Hornets. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here.
Good to see you and welcome. A lopsided game through 2 quarters and a big deficit for the New York Knicks.
The defense has been trash. That is, if you can call it defense. I call it being lazy.
Yeah, it's lazy, Shaq. They've been outworked, and you got to beat them to the basketball. That's the kind of team that you want to have. And so far, they haven't answered the bell.
And now, unfortunately, we have to talk about injuries. This team not at full strength.
Losing Brunson, they're missing a great distributor, a leader on this team. His value goes beyond what you see in the box score.
Yeah, he's the heart and soul. I mean, at least part of it. Big, big blow.
And that'll do it for halftime. We send you back to Kevin Harlan, who has the second half call.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. Brandon Miller has been sensational.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
You know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
And one thing we love about the NBA, Clark, the different styles that teams play with. So how important is pace?
I think it's critically important, Kevin, because the game is meant to be played at a fast pace. 24-second shot clock, 8 seconds to get the ball across the half-court line. And some teams really step on the gas pedal and try to play extremely fast. Others want to massage the pace. So I like the fact that there are different approaches to pace for the teams in the NBA.
Let's turn our attention to the sideline for the latest on Mitchell Robinson. What's the situation, Allie?
Guys, I was able to talk with the head athletic trainer of the Knicks about his status. He let me know that it's a strained hip, which causes plenty of soreness and shooting pain in that area. They've made the call that they feel it's okay for him to play. And even though there's a moderate recovery time, he's also confident at the moment to be back on the floor.
And Allie, we thank you for the report. Guys, it doesn't sound good.
No, if that report is accurate, he's going to be spending a lot of time in rehab and on the sidelines.
And in the training room, guys. I mean, that is not going to be an easy injury to bounce back from.
On the floor for Charlotte, the wingmen are Sexton and Miller. Then it's Williams. Then there's LaMelo Ball. Bridges misses.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
So, Clark, thinking back to the playoffs last year, coming to this building in New York, those crowds were loud. Wow.
They were, Kevin, they were loud, they were engaged. The Mecca felt like it did back in the 90s. I mean, it's always fun when this place in Manhattan is rocking. There's no place quite like it.
Here's McBride following the basket by Colin Sexton.
Well, he's kind of deflating their chances, and I know he really wants to help the team, but this is not the way to go about it.
Shots good by Miller.
And a lot of teams avoid the mid-range jumper, but they seem to be using it well.
I love that mid-range shot. It's definitely giving the defenders something extra to think about.
New York, no good that time either. From 15 feet away, and the rebound goes to the Knicks. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Back to Anunoby. Offensive struggles continue, missing again. The Hornets have gotten 6 of their 7 shots to go down in this quarter. What a fantastic start to the half.
Nice looking J from Williams. He can definitely hurt you from the mid-range.
Bridges, no one around him. It's good from long range. Bridges has got 5. Williams outside, and he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. It's Charlotte running away with this one. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. We've got Miles McBride. Hart is out there with OG Anunoby. And it's Robinson, and it's Bridges in at the shooting guard position. So that's who's on the floor for the Knicks. And the Hornets with possession here. After New York gets the 3. Anunoby in the corner. Pass to Hart. Back to Anunoby. And Anunoby slams it in.
Anunoby using his athleticism to force that one down.
And shot on the way. And he connects with the jumper. New York shooting 27%. The offense is just embarrassing themselves. Robinson. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Hey, Clark, we know resistance training is something pretty much every player does. Was that prevalent back in the 80s when you played?
That's 4 decades ago, Kevin, and it wasn't as prevalent as it is now. I mean, it's commonplace, and kids get exposed to the benefits of weight training and strength training for any sport, but particularly basketball, at a much earlier age now. So it's part of who they are once they get to the college level and then on to the NBA. But the core strengthening, the stability work of that area between your knees and your sternum, the middle of your chest, boy, that type of work has made a huge difference and would have made a great difference, I think, in my career had it been as prevalent as it is now.
Knicks have gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the fourth quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. Takes a 3. Hornets with the rebound.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here. For Charlotte.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that in men. They just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And a milestone win for the season. This will push their victory total to 20 wins even.
And I felt like by making those sharp in-game adjustments, they've really taken control of this season series now. This win will move them to 2-0 on the season with 2 left to play against the Knicks.
And, you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Brandon Miller.
It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
And the Knicks with possession here. After the basket by Charlotte. Bridges deciding where to go with it. Hart outside. The tray. McBride's shot is off. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Here's McNeely. Rebounded by Hart.
And if you ask me what percentage of the time he's making that shot, my answer would be in the single digits.
Well, you can't be forcing a shot like that. You got to keep the ball moving. Get something better.
Here's Robinson. Can't get it to fall. So no problem for Charlotte as they get the win. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And that'll do it, folks. Alongside Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, I'm Kevin Harlan. And as always, we appreciate you joining us right here tonight on 2K. And as we leave you, let's take a look at our player of the game, Brandon Miller.